Today, we will look at 3 stories of death and mystery, from serial killers and suicides to demonic possessions. Viewers' discretion is advised. The Cecil Hotel in LA was opened in 1924 with the intention of providing accommodation to several business travelers visiting downtown. Unfortunately, after the Great Depression 5 years later, only a handful of business travelers would become its customers. But the hotel would become popular for a more sinister reason. The first recorded death inside the hotel was of a man who died by suicide in his room. Many more suicides would follow. In the 1960s, a retiree was discovered dead in one of the rooms, apparently due to sexual and physical assault and stabbing. The murder would remain unsolved. The serial killer Richard Ramirez, also known as the Night Stalker, was a resident of the hotel before his arrest in 1985. It was believed he committed some of his crimes during his stay. In 1991, another resident, Austrian magazine writer Jack Unterweger, was supposedly on assignment in the red light district. He would instead kill 3 prostitutes by strangling them. He later hanged himself in his prison cell. The hotel changed hands in 2011 and was renamed as the Stay on Main, but left much of its Cecil signage. In 2013, Canadian student Elisa Lam mysteriously disappeared while staying at the hotel. Surveillance footage showed Lam behaving erratically before vanishing. After her disappearance, residents would complain of black water coming out of their taps and having a sweety, disgusting taste. A security guard on inspection of the storage water tanks on the roof would discover the decomposed naked body of Lam in one of them. Strangely, even though the tank had a metal hatch, entry into the roof was secured with a lock and alarm. Police ruled her death as accidental. The hotel was designated as a historical cultural monument by the city of Los Angeles and closed for renovations. The future of the hotel remains unclear at present. When we hear the name Elsa, we are immediately reminded of the Ice Princess from the movie Frozen, released in 2013, and its popular soundtrack Let It Go. But in Texas, this name is related to another completely different reason, as you'll hear in this story. Emily Madonia lives in Texas with her husband and their daughter. During Christmas of 2013, their daughter received an Elsa doll as a present. This doll can speak both English and Spanish. Emily says that for 2 years the doll has been saying "let it go" in English just by pressing a button on its necklace. In 2015, however, it mysteriously started alternating between English and Spanish even when switched off. This is enough for the family to throw away the doll in the garbage outside. A few weeks later, the doll is back in the house inside a wooden bench in their living room. Emily says she does not believe the kids can dig through the garbage outside and put the doll in their living room. Around this time, the doll stops speaking in English, so the family throws it out again. Emily's husband double bags the demon doll and puts it at the bottom of the garbage can under other garbage. After this, the family leaves town with the assumption that the garbage man has taken care of the garbage with the demon doll. Unfortunately, upon returning from their trip, the daughter finds the doll hanging outside their home. Emily knows it is the same doll because it has the exact colored marking on it made by her daughter. She doesn't know how it ended up back at her house though, so Emily decides to send the possessed doll to her friend Chris Hogan in Minnesota to deal with it. Emily reports that the doll even laughed for 30 seconds straight while she was putting it in the box to mail it. Hogan writes on Facebook, "She made it to Minnesota and is taped to the brush guard of my Jeep. If anything happens, I'm sending her to a steel pipe and sinking it in the lake of the woods." Emily believes that the doll is either haunted or some crazy psychopath has dug up the doll and broken into her house several times. But Emily is sticking to the haunted theory. Many people have suggested burning the doll, but Emily does not believe it will do any good. Whatever evil is inside the doll will definitely come out in that case. Emily just wants the doll out of her house without it ever coming back and is happy it is currently taped to a jeep in another part of the country. Danielle Harkins was a popular school teacher at the Lillman Asian Neighborhood Family Center in Florida. She was a mother of two who had recently divorced her husband. She was a literacy specialist who was quite skilled and intelligent. However, she started to change when she began exploring religion. Her next-door neighbor, Lisa Cope, said Danielle had taken an interest in extreme religious beliefs and even told Lisa she was okay and she did not have any demons. One day, Danielle gathered 6 boys and a girl, all in their teens, at the St. Petersburg Pier. They lit a fire and even began chanting and dancing around it. The teens did not tell their parents and were reluctant to talk to the police about it as well. One of those teens texted a friend about the incident, who then told his parents. The parents immediately informed the police. 2 students were injured in the incident because Danielle had instructed them to cut each other to let out the demons inside of them. This was followed by a cauterization of the wounds to keep the demons from going back in. Being unable to cauterize the wounds with a lighter due to the strong winds, Danielle poured some perfume on a student and lit him on fire, which led to second-degree burns. Another student was cut on the neck with a broken bottle piece, after which Danielle heated a small key to close the wound. The students were quite loyal to her and were very reluctant to discuss several issues with the police. Danielle has since been suspended from the school without pay. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider supporting us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one.